What's going on, guys? It's your boy Don here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Guys, thank you so much for the support in the previous video that I put up about the my 4-4-2 custom tactics. I hope that the custom tactics are serving you guys really well, and you guys are absolutely smashing it in FIFA 20. And now I've read the comments. I appreciate everyone giving me a lot of encouragement, a lot of criticism, and a lot of questions at the same time. I am reading them and I appreciate every single one of them. This video has stemmed from a few questions I had about the 4-4-2, the second version, and this is what this video is going to be about. It's going to be a very quick video just on the defensive custom tactic that I showed in my other video. So I'm going to display it for you guys, show it, break it down, and show you exactly when is the best time to use this custom tactic as well. And I have played this custom tactic in Division 2 yesterday. So it does work, and it is helpful as well, but I'll get into all of that in the video, guys. So if you do like this video, if you want to see more different types of custom tactics as well, then obviously drop a like on this video if you do enjoy the content, of course. And as well, if it is the first time you're here and you want to be notified when I do upload a video, then obviously subscribe and put the bell on so you know exactly when your boy Don does go live. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so here it is. My team is pretty much the same as it's been for the last few weeks. I have made some changes in regards to my super subs. I'm just going to quickly flex my team. David Villa, Battaglia. If you haven't done Battaglia, I'm going to say it again. Please do this SBC. He is really good. 160-70,000 coins maybe to get him. He is an absolutely incredible card. Definitely pick him up. Paulinho as well, and Quincy Promise, who recently got an upgrade as well. Really good card. I kind of sub out when Mbappe is getting a bit tired, but those are the only changes to my team. Obviously, in the next coming weeks, Footmas is coming, team of the group stage, team of the year. I'm pretty sure this team is going to take a drastic change as well, with player of the month coming out as well. So a few changes coming to the team. Now, the custom tactic that you guys are all looking for, I have tested. Now, I used a custom tactic with the 4-4-2 flat formation with the same custom tactic, and it doesn't give me what I want from it. So I've gone into the second version. Now, obviously, for those who know, the 4-4-2 is pretty much flat, as you guys can see. They're both Kante and Sissoko are both CMs. With the second version, they are pretty much CDMs. Now, I'll break down the custom tactics. Again, defensive style, balance. I want the press to be in the midfield. I don't really want to press, start the press from my own area or near outside my box, because I'd rather get the ball back early and try and hit you on a counter attack. So a nice little press, and it keeps it, as this description says, it keeps the shape. Width is 5, so obviously for me it just covers all the areas on the pitch. It's not too narrow, so I don't get hit on the flanks, and obviously it's not too wide, so people don't come in the middle and try and attack through the middle. So 5, it seems to be a nice little balance. Depth is on 4. Sitting inside, I would have put it on 5, but I think it's just a little bit too high, and I rather want my players to defend inside the box, not too deep as well, because obviously I don't want to get hit from long shots, as the description says, and as well it's just a little bit too defensive for me. So 4 is a nice little balance. Offensive style, again, balanced. I will trigger the runs, and sometimes the computer does the AI does the runs, triggers the runs as well, especially when making runs in behind. So balance seems a bit nice. If you want them to just do it yourself, if you want to do it yourself and have the AI not doing anything in regards to triggering runs, and obviously put it on possession, but I feel like it just leaves a bit stagnant. It leaves your team, in terms of moving forward, just a little bit toothless. It's just a little bit too passive for me. So balance seems to be quite nice. Width is the same as a defensive, 5 as well. Usually how I like to defend in real life, how I want my team to defend, is that if we're on 4, I'd rather the width be on 5, but 5-5 seems to be okay. I'd rather the width be on quite narrow, and then when we get the ball, we split. But 5-5 seems to be okay. I quite like the shape in the 4-4-2. Players in the box, I put it back down to 3. All right. Now, the reason why I put it down to 3, I'll get into that when we move over to the instructions. Okay, I only want, because again, as the description says, some people just use the 4 custom tactics, ultra defensive, attacking, ultra attacking, just as 4 different, again, obviously balance as well, but they use it as 4 or 5 different formations or custom tactics. For me, I just use it as, defensive. I'm going to go defensive, or this, that, and the other. Just it helps me understand what I want to do and how I want to play. So I'll get into why I've done 3 players in terms of the toggle players in the box, only 3. So that leaves only my strikers going into the box, and I'll explain that later on in the video. Corners 1, free kicks 1. I was getting hit on the counter attack a lot last weekend, so I've put my corners and free kicks on 1 because very rarely am I scoring. I might put this at 2, I'm not too sure, but definitely corners at 1 because very rarely do I score headers from corners. And to be honest with you, even though the description says there's only gonna be 1 person in the box, I still see like 2 or 3 in the box anyway. So I don't know, this is a bit, I don't know, a bit null and void for me. Anyways, instructions. So Neymar, Messi, come back on defense. Doesn't really do much. They sit on the halfway line. They don't drop any further. That's absolutely fine for me. All right. Mbappe and Hazard, they're both on comeback on defense and getting behind. I'll get into that in a minute. All right. Sissoko and Kante, both on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover center. Both of them are on that. And Mendy is on stay back while attacking, as well as Schmeichel is on stay back while attacking as well. Now, the importance of this formation is your midfield, all right? What you do with your midfield will depend on what instruction you set to your midfield, and how you play with the midfield will depend on how well this formation, the 4-4-2, the second version, works. Now, the reason why I've put Mbappe on comeback on defense and not just on balance is because it gives me room now to, as soon as I get the ball, Mbappe and Hazard are going to start making runs in behind, so I'm going to hit them on the counter attack as well. Now, the reason why, going back to why players in the box is on 3, is because it's a very defensive minded. Now, I will tell you now that I usually start my games off in this way. All right, it gives me enough. It gives, especially if I don't have the kickoff, like from playing away and the home team kicks off, obviously, you know, it just gives me a bit of stability, just to hold my opponent off and kind of figure out how they're playing. All right, so Sissoko and Kante will sit quite deep. I would have drop in between defenders, but again, I don't want to be too defensive. All right, I just want Sissoko and Kante just to sit in front of my defenders, and that's it. Okay, I've got to come back on reason why so Mbappe and Hazard will come back on defense, so they're going to sit right in front of my fullbacks. And so literally, as soon as we get the ball, they'll make a run in behind. So without even thinking, Mbappe and Hazard will start making those runs in behind. And that's exactly what I want them to do. But as soon as we lose the ball, they start dropping back. All right, so it's very, very defensive formation. But one thing that they will not do, and just going back to the players in the box, is that they're not going to run into the box. All right, I've set that. I can set my toggle even lower than 2, but again, it just leaves me just a little bit. It leaves my attack a little bit toothless. I still want to attack, but not too much, so that I'm susceptible on the defense when I'm defending. All right, so Mbappe and Hazard will go into the box so much so, because if we do lose the ball, then at least it gives them time to get back and help out my defense as well. Kante and Sissoko will not help out the attackers either. So really, you've only got pretty much your Neymar, Messi, well, your 2 strikers, Hazard and Mbappe, to help out with the attack. All right. Now, what I would say, this formation is very handy when you're playing against someone who's very narrow. All right. If someone is pretty much using a narrow, I'm just explaining this in an ideal world. If someone is using a narrow formation and they're not using the wing, this will be perfect, because not only are you nullifying the central attack, but at the same time you've got space now for your wingers to get in behind as soon as you get the ball back. All right, now again, I would say this again in my previous video, this formation will work if you know how to defend with the 4-4-2. All right, do not pull out your centre mids. Try and use your midfield to cut off the pass if you have to. If you're very good at defending, then yes, time your tackles. I will say that. I will say very rarely try and pull out your centre mids, but I will just to be careful, I would say don't. All right, I will recommend don't. Only do it unless it's like they're inside your box and they're about to cut a pass and you need to grab one of your centre backs to cut out the pass, and do that. Good luck, because obviously maybe the game will intercept it for you if you're controlling the player. Sometimes it might not, but again, grab your player and pray. All right, but I would say this formation does work against narrow formations as well. All right, so it just gives you a bit of support. It supports your 2 centre backs. Your 2 centre mids will support your 2 centre backs, and give you a bit of assurance as well. And it gives you a little bit more. If you are using my attacking, if you are using my attacking formation, if you do feel that, it's 0-0, 30 minutes have gone in game, I know I can beat this opponent. I know I've got him defensively. Then obviously switch into the attacking one, and then obviously just it gives you a little bit more going forwards as well. But again, it does leave you susceptible on the counter attack. All right. So just be careful and know when to use the two. All right. Know when to either switch between defensive and attacking. All right. Again, good luck with this tactic. It works for me. I did stop at gold 1. I have got elite with this custom tactics. I have got elite with these two custom tactics. They do work. Yes, my team does help as well. So obviously adjust. If you do not have very fast defenders, centre backs, then obviously bring your depth a little bit lower. If you want to, go a bit more drop back if you need to. But obviously these custom tactics is not one size fits all. Adjust them if you have to, depending on the players that you have. So if you don't have fast swingers, obviously if you want to take off getting behind. It all depends on how you want to play with the players that you've got. All right, but if you want to use it, if you want to use these custom tactics like for like, then fine, grab it, use it. Some people have told me when they come into my Twitch channel, the link to my Twitch channel is down below. They said that this custom tactic has worked for them, and I'm thankful for you guys for giving me the feedback on that. So that's the defensive custom tactics, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it. Let me know how you get on with it in the comment section down below. Obviously, let me know on Twitch or on Twitter, wherever you guys want to let me know. Thank you for all the messages in my Instagram, on my Twitter. You know, when I'm live streaming on Twitch. I appreciate all the feedback, the critique as well. Thank you guys for the comments, because obviously this video would not be here if you guys didn't leave any questions inside the comments in regarding the 442 second version. All right, any other questions you guys have, let me know down in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them. And yeah, I'll leave it as that. So until then, guys, thank you very much for the support. Again, if you do like this video, drop a like and subscribe. If I've forgotten to mention anything in this video, then obviously, again, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll, again, answer it. All right, so until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.